Hello and welcome to Season 2 of Career Mode, guys. First off, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who put in a vote for the Pick My Team for this season. As it stands, I think I've got over like 2,000 votes, so I can't thank you guys enough for that. It took me a while to get through it, but it was well and truly worth the wait. So without further ado, let's see who we're going to drive for. Alright, so now our team choice is out of the way. We're driving for Mercedes AMG Petronas, a very quick team. Should be very interesting to see how we shape up in the context of this season. We should be a championship contender, but our tyre wear could be a factor in the early races of this championship. So here we are for the first race here in Melbourne, and some things are going to change in this championship. Just early on for this first race, I'm going to start from last place, and I'm also not going to use a setup for this first race. So yeah, let me know if you want me to start in the back for every race, and this race of course will be a 100% race as well, and I'm thinking about doing a 100% season for this season, doing every single race being, the full 100% race distance. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments, and I'll certainly get along to making sure every race is 100%. So yeah, just going through the setup just to prove that I'm not running with any sort of setup advantages compared to the AI. So there you go. It's going to be completely even in that aspect compared to the AI. So the strategy, the game wants me to do a 3-stopper starting on the options. I'm going to stick with that, go onto the primes 3 times. It looks like the tyres will last about 16 laps, so it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out strategy wise. So yeah, here we go for the first race. Alright, so here we are on the grid for the Australian Grand Prix, the first round of a brand new season, and our first race for Mercedes. Can we win this championship? Away we go, and it looks like we got off to a nice little start there. Need to make sure we get away nicely in second, third and fourth gears. But it looks like, once again, the story of my career, I just can't get off to a nice start. But coming into turn 1, can we pick off a few stragglers in the back markers? And it looks like we can, getting up into P19, losing the back end a little bit there, which is a little bit disappointing. But coming through the turn 3 now, we'll try and duck for the inside. There's a lot of cars on the racing line, so we're just going to snap up all those positions. All the AI cars taking it fairly easy on this first lap here, as is the case on this game. The AI just tend to just go extra cautious, and they lose themselves quite a lot of time compared to the leaders. So now we're into P12. We've got Adrian Sutil in the Force India right in front of us. And if I can remember correctly, in the 2013 season, Sutil started on the prime tyres in real life, and he was able to take them like half the race distance holding up Vettel. But we're going to get around him. He's not going to hold us up today, and we take him up the inside there. But it looks like he might be coming back at us with some nice drive. I'm going to use up a little bit of curves to get past him, and looks like we just get P11 there. So there's actually quite an air gap now back to Grosjean, as me and Sutil were scrubbling a little bit quite a lot there. So it's allowed him to stretch out a 1.5 second lead over us. So we'll need to just sort of bridge the gap back to him as soon as possible. Looks like there's a Red Bull off in the distance. I think that was Mark Webber. So his championship campaign has not got off to a good start there, and we're going up the inside of Grosjean and possibly Di Resta there, going around the outside now for this final corner. Can we hold the line through there? If we can, we should be able to get past him with a little bit of curves, maybe go up to fast, but Di Resta is weaving a little bit, going a bit defensive, and we're going to take him around the outside into turn 1 if we want this position, and Di Resta backs out of it. So there we have position 8, and in the space of 1 lap we've gone from last to 8th, so that's an awesome start here in this race. And now we've cut to lap 3. Kimi Räikkönen has made a mistake on the exit of, is that turn 8? I'm not too sure. But either way, he's dropped a position, quite a few there. He might actually have a problem, but it looks like he's still in position 8 there, so he's not doing too badly. He'll just need to refine his rhythm. But here we go up the inside of Hulkenberg here. He gets a poor run out of the fast S section, and that's P6 for us now. And after two or three laps now, we're really starting to make a charge for the leaders now. I've set the fastest lap of the race on the previous lap. I'm going to go up the inside of Massa now, who was sort of pinched by Button. I think he was just taking his time there, and it cost him a position. So now we've got up to P5, and next up is Jenson Button. And judging by the early pace that we're showing now, it's only going to be a matter of time before we get Button too. So despite not running an actual setup on this car, we're doing pretty well so far, and just shows how quick this Mercedes can be. So hopefully the tyre wear isn't too bad in this race. As it stands, we're going to have to do a 3-stopper, so hopefully the tyre wear isn't terrible. Otherwise we'll have to do maybe 4 or 5 stops, but that's a worst case scenario, but at this stage it's looking pretty good so far. Going around the outside of our teammate there, Nico Rosberg, and that's us up into the podium positions after 5 laps, starting from last place. Though that first lap really was beneficial for us, getting past pretty much all the midfield runners and straight up into the top 10, which does help. So now we're on the 7th lap. We're going around the outside of Fernando Alonso, and we're both sort of weaving there a little bit, almost taking each other out there. But thankfully, we managed to negotiate turn 3 side by side, and we get 2nd place. So now all that's left now is to catch Vettel and take the race lead off him. But I think he's a few seconds up the road. And yeah, he is. On lap 7, we've made a mistake. We've gone up the escape road, had to chuck it into a flick spin to just recover the time. I'm going to rejoin the track here. Oh, Hulkenberg, oh, brake there, and no. I've taken out, what's that, Grosjean. I'm going to have a look at that. Just have a look, and yeah, I tried to avoid Hulkenberg by braking, but yeah, I wasn't carrying enough speed to avoid Grosjean there, and I've taken him out there, and that's not what we wanted in this race. That's going to put us well down the field. We have to serve a drive-through penalty, so we'll be serving that straight away, because this is actually my scheduled lap now, where I have to come in for a new set of tyres. No, that's on the next lap. So this is definitely going to make things awkward. I'm going to have to really push for this next couple of laps. We've got a few cars coming out in front of us as we rejoin the track now. We're going to rejoin in 16th or 17th, yeah, behind a Mclaren there of Sergio Perez. He's well down the order, unless he's already made his first pit stop. But in the early phase of this race, we went from last to 2nd, back down to almost last again. So we've got a lot of work cut out for us now. The leader is well and truly well up the field. We're going to go up the inside of Sergio Perez there. Is there enough room for us both to get through there? No, Sergio just takes himself out there, but in the process gives us the position. So now there's a lot of cars coming out from their scheduled pit stop. I haven't stopped yet. I'm going up the inside of one of the Saubers and around the outside of Hulkenberg there. And wow! What was that for? I got a penalty for that? Maybe, I don't know what the hell that was for, but possibly I gave Gutierrez a touch, who was on my outside. Maybe I moved over too quickly and gave him a little bit of a rub there, but certainly I didn't take him out. I don't know what the hell that was for, but I don't know, maybe you guys can let me know what the hell that was for. But that's frustrating. We've got to serve another drive-through penalty here when I was scheduled to come in this lap and put on a new set of tyres. It's going to cost me a lot of time being on this older set for one extra lap. Hopefully the tyres don't fall off a cliff here. But again, we're going to have to pick our way through the field if we want to score any points today. So that's very frustrating, rejoining the track in front of John-Eric Verne there. It's crucial that we didn't lose a position to him there, so now we can just charge along for this in-lap without any distractions. And now we're coming in for our first scheduled pit stop of the day, putting on a set of prime tyres. If there's any kind of silver lining to staying out this long, it's that we've got a little bit of flexibility in terms of strategy and tyre wear, because we took our options 10 laps, and maybe we could switch to a 2-stopper, but I don't think that would actually be faster. But either way, we're going to have fresher tyres compared to the AI for the rest of this stint, and that in itself should be a little bit of a benefit. So rejoining the track now in 18th, we've lost another place effective to when we last came in. So now we've got Valtteri Bottas trying to pass us up the inside here, and will he get the move done? No, he doesn't. He just tucks in behind there, and he didn't have DRS, so that's probably because I was in the pit lane and he wasn't able to get the DRS there. So now on lap 12, we're going to go up the inside of Charles Pic. Maybe we've just got so much straight line speed on him that it's not really a contest, and there's no point in him fighting us there. So now lap 14, we've caught up to another back marker. That's Jules Bianchi doing fairly well in his Marussia. You wouldn't expect a Marussia to be up in 16th place in this. There was a few retirements in the race, so he's doing very well for himself, and now we're going to try and get around him as quick as possible because we don't want to be racing a Marussia being stuck behind them for too many laps. So now on lap 15 we've got Sergio Perez there. No, that's Gutierrez, sorry, who's made a mistake. He's gone into the gravel trap and lost himself a lot of time there. So now skipping ahead to lap 16, we've caught up to the back of Perez. Now we're actually making a lot of time now in this second stint, having to push. We're using the fast fuel mixture for the first time in this race. I was saving a little bit of fuel early on in the race, just running standard and lean in some places, but now I'm trying to make up a lot of time, and as you can see, getting around Perez there awfully quickly. I don't want to muck around here. I just want to get as high up the grid as possible. Maybe if there's a safety car later on in the race, this could definitely benefit me. Going up the inside of Ricciardo there, just enough room for me to sneak up there. And yeah, there we go, we're up in a P13 now, so we're recovering quite nicely now in this first stint. Actually getting up a long way up the field, a lot earlier than what I was expecting, because I served 2 drive-through penalties. That's got to cost you about 20 seconds, and when you consider that we're almost in the points here, right behind Mark Webber, we're actually not doing too bad considering the 2 drive-throughs that we served earlier on in this race. So now on lap 18, Mark Webber's looking a bit vulnerable here to my car now, and we're probably going to sneak it up the inside, are we? Fake left and then go right. Yes, we do, and that's P10 for the taking. So now we're up into the points, and next up is Pastor Maldonado. I'm going to use up a lot of curves here, go up into fast in just a second here. There we go, and I'm probably going to pass him around the outside of this corner here. Just test it out, see how we go, and Pastor Maldonado just backs out over there. So there we go, lads, we're up into P9, and we're making some very good progress in this stint, and coming towards the end of the stint now. We've made a tiny mistake there going off into the gravel trap there. It's cost us just a couple seconds, but now it's time to come in for our second stop of the day, put on a new set of prime tyres, and yeah, for this second stint, I was pretty happy with the progress I made, coming back from, where was I, 17th or 18th up into 9th, and now 8th now, so we're not doing too bad. If we can continue to move forward in this race, then we may actually be able to challenge for maybe the top 5. It's going to be a long way from here, but yeah, if we continue to push, you never know where we might end up at the end of the day. So here we are on lap 26, catching up to the back of Paul di Resta, who brakes early there. Or was it me, in contrast, braking too late there? I probably missed my braking marker by about 10-20 meters there. But thankfully I was able to get the move done cleanly, and now I can focus on getting past my former teammate there, Nico Hulkenberg, and yeah, there we go, up into P6 already. So yeah, I'm very happy with the progress we're making right now. This Mercedes is proving to be very quick, especially this season. I don't think it was actually that quick at the start of Season 1, but this season it seems to be very much on the money, and probably a championship contender alongside Red Bull. So here we are on lap 32, already caught up to the back of Fernando Alonso and the other Ferrari of Felipe Massa, who was just in front of him there. So at this stage, I'm looking at a potential podium right now, and when you consider that only 10 laps ago we were battling for 17th place, so to come up through the field so quickly in such a short space of time is just a credit to how good this car is. So now we've caught up to the back of Felipe Massa now, who's actually caught up behind the back of our teammate, so he's holding him up a treat. I'm going to go around the outside, but Felipe closes the door quite aggressively there, and now he's braking early, so that's very messy right there, and so we're going to take the plates off him anyway. So very weird what just happened there, but anyway, we're going to move on to the back of Nico Rosberg now. We're going to try and get past him as soon as possible, but I don't think Nico will be too compliant in letting me through here, as it's so early on in this season. He probably wants to assert his authority as number 1 driver, but I'm going to lunge it up the inside through turn 3, take it around the outside of turn 4, and there we go, we're up into second place. So now, all that's left now is to take this race win of Sebastian Vettel. Can we do it, guys? There's such a long way to go in this race, but I'm determined to get this win. So let's go catch Vettel. Alright, so now after many hard-fought laps, we've finally caught up to the leader, Sebastian Vettel. Are we going to go up the inside into turn 1? There's just not enough room through turn 1. It's a very high-speed corner. There's only really one line to take through there, and unless you're a long way up the inside, you're not going to get the move done. So now we're going to have to tuck in behind for now. Again, there's just not enough room for me to get up the inside, and I think Sebastian has been saving his car for this final battle in the dying laps of this race. He's been saving his fuel for the last 10-15 laps, the engineer has been telling me, so I think he knew a last stint attack was coming late on in this race. So now I'm just going to try and set up the move for later on in this race. I'm going to wait for the DRS again. I'm going to save a lot of my curves for that run out of the final corner, and hopefully we can get the move done with the DRS. So coming through here up into the fast S section, it looks like Sebastian is still saving fuel. Maybe he's got fuel problems. I'm going to go up the inside, which turns to the outside for this corner. And Sebastian, he just gives up the place there. So now we have the race lead. I'm going to bolt and burn a lot of fuel. And that in fact got me the race win. So now, coming around the final corner now, weaving the wheel, we've got our very first race win of the series. And now, for the first time in our career, we are leading the championship.
Well done on a fantastic win. Well done.
Wow, what a race. Coming from last to second, down to almost last, back to win it. What a race. I hope you guys have enjoyed that one. The first of this series in the Mercedes. If you guys want to see more 100% races in the future, let me know. I'll probably start in the back in every single race with no setup, so that the excitement factor is right up there. So first race is done. We are leading the championship from Sebastian Vettel and Felipe Massa. Good to see him in front of his teammate there, Fernando Alonso. In the Constructors, Mercedes is on top with 35 points. I believe that's Red Bull in second place with 24, with Ferrari in third place. So that's been the very first race of Season 2 in the career mode. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and until the very next race in Malaysia, guys, I'll see you next time.